Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again from the OREI team with an overview of the WHD-WPE165-K dual input HDMI extender kit. This product was engineered to make it incredibly easy for you to extend any standard HDMI signal up to 160 feet or 50 meters away over a single Cat6 or Cat7 cable. The product has dual inputs which allow you to select between an HDMI device and a USB-C device and send that media content to the receiver located in a remote distance. The product also features power over cable technology, which means all you need is a single power supply at the receiver end to provide all the power the system needs. Finally, the product also includes a USB-C pass-through connection where you can connect a power supply externally up to it to not only receive the video information from the device you're connecting, but also power that device through the same USB-C port. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with an unboxing just to show you all the components that are included with the kit, and then I'll take a closer look at the two main components and explain the connections you'll need to make and the indicators they provide. I'll list the features and functions of the product, and then finally, I'll come back and actually demonstrate the product here on the desk so you can see just how simple it'll be to use with your own equipment. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first open up the box, you'll find a receiver unit and a transmitter unit, and the transmitter unit is set up to go in a standard wall socket, which makes it a very clean installation. Also included is a single power supply for the receiver end, a set of brackets you can use to mount the receiver up off the ground and out of the way. Included with the transmitter end, you'll find a nice wall plate that covers the front of it very cleanly, and a set of mounting screws you can use to mount this into a standard wall opening. Also included with the kit is a warranty card and a full instruction manual that lists specifications, connection diagrams, and other information you'll need to understand in order to use the unit. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at both of the main modules, and then I'll list the features and functions. The transmitter module was designed to mount into any standard wall box and includes hardware that makes that installation incredibly easy, including a faceplate that matches the color of the unit. On the top, you'll find three LEDs, power, HDMI, and USB-C. When power is first applied to this unit through the LAN connection, the unit starts an internal power on self-test to check all the electronics to make sure they're working okay. Once it passes that test, it'll light this LED letting you know it's ready to use. There's an HDMI connection here and a USB-C connection here to external media devices. If you connect a cable up from the HDMI port to your media device, the unit will check the resolution of that device and light the HDMI LED, letting you know that connection is solid. The same's true with the USB-C connection. You can use a standard USB-C cable from here to a laptop or a tablet. It'll check the resolution of that connection and light this LED, letting you know that's a valid connection. The USB-C connection to the left is for an external power supply. You can use a PD charger, plug it in here, and that will supply power to the device connected here. So you can actually transfer media through that port as well as charge the device at the same time. Last, you'll find a source button up here that you can select between the HDMI or USB-C inputs, and you can manually select between the two. On the rear of the unit, you'll find the Cat6 or Cat7 cable right there. That's where the LAN cable plugs in. And below that is a micro USB port. That's used for pushing new firmware to the unit if updates are released later on. You can connect this up to a computer, move the firmware file over to the module to complete the installation. The receiver module features a full metal enclosure, which makes it extremely durable and also minimizes outside interference from causing any issues with the electronics inside. On either end, you'll find ventilation vents here to keep the electronics inside at a very cool temperature. And on the bottom, you'll find mounting holes that can be used with the included bracketing kit to mount this up off the ground and out of the way. On the one end, you'll find the LAN connection between the two modules, and again, that's a Cat6 or Cat7 cable. To the right of that, you'll find a service port that's used for pushing firmware to this if updates are released later on. Next to that is an infrared in port that can be used with an infrared blaster receiver to pick up infrared remote control signals from the remote location and pass those along to the primary location to control the media content you're watching. To the right of that is the DC 12-volt port that's used with the included power supply. You'll plug that into the wall, plug the barrel connector in here, and tighten up the collar so it doesn't back out. That'll power up this unit and power up the transmitter as well. On the other end is the HDMI output port. You can connect up a standard HDMI cable between this and the monitor where you'd like to enjoy the content. That's pretty much it for the two modules. The OREI UHD-WPE165-K is compatible with most modern media devices, including laptops, game consoles, streaming devices like Apple TV, digital video recorders, and digital projectors. The product features include full support of ultra-high definition 4K media content, It's HDMI 2.0 as well as HDCP 1.4 and 2.2 compliant. It's compatible with LPCM, Dolby Digital, Dolby True HD, and DTS audio options, and supports both HDMI and USB-C video connections. Now I'll show you the connections you'll need to make to use the dual input HDMI extender kit with your own equipment. And for this demonstration, I've set up two different media devices right over here. I have a laptop and a media player behind it. The media player has an HDMI connection and the laptop has a USB-C connection. Each of these are displaying different images to make it really easy to tell them apart. Over here I have a monitor set up as our output device. I have the transmitter module here and the receiver module here. Now the first set of connections I'll make are to the receiver module, and I'll start by connecting the HDMI cable from the monitor to the HDMI output port on the receiver, and then I'll connect up power, and I'll tighten that collar so it doesn't pop out. Now I'll connect up the LAN cable between these two modules to provide power for the transmitter unit, and that has to be a Cat6 or a Cat7 cable. I have a Cat6 cable right here, nice short one, so I don't have to worry about extra cable on the tabletop. And I'll connect it up to the receiver first, and then on the back of the transmitter, there's a LAN port, and I'll connect it there. The minute I do that, this unit starts a power on self-test, communicates with the receiver, and it's waiting for an input device. Now the first connection I'll make to the transmitter is the USB-C connection from the laptop, and I'll plug that into the bottom connector. And the second I plug that in, it actually starts looking for a signal. Once it sees that signal, it's going to transmit it to the receiver, make the adjustments to display it on this monitor. Once that comes up, I'll connect up the HDMI from the other device. There you go, that's the laptop. Now I've got an HDMI connection here from the media player, and I'll plug that into the HDMI port on the transmitter. Now, the HDMI takes preference, so if you plug both units in, the HDMI automatically takes over control, and you'll see that displayed in a second. And again, it takes a second or two for it to make the adjustments needed to give you the best possible picture, because the media player is a different resolution than the laptop, and this will make the accommodations to show both of those in the best possible fashion. Now let me hit the button and I'll switch back to USB-C. It'll take a second again to make that adjustment, but once it makes the adjustment, it'll take the display from here and transmit it over to the monitor. And there you go, it really is just that simple. The last connection on the bottom right here is another USB-C port. You can use an external PD charger, plug it in there, and you can actually charge the laptop or whatever display device you have connected through the USB-C from that charging port. So it really is convenient to install this in a wall box, and it gives you control over both of your media devices and your display just by pushing that button. I hope you found this overview of the UHD-WPE165-K dual input HDMI extender kit helpful. It provides an incredibly easy way for you to share all of your 4K ultra high definition media content with a second location up to 50 meters or 165 feet away over a single Cat6 or Cat7 cable. The product features compliance for both HDMI 2.0 and HDCP 2.2, and also features power over cable technology, which greatly simplifies your installation. Finally, the product's transceiver unit fits into a standard wall outlet, which makes the installation incredibly easy. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections, you can be up and running in no time. So until next time, thanks again for watching.